Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back to our channel, the Eaton Squad. My name is Addie. So for today's video are the 5 reasons why is it much easier to go home to the Philippines this time. Let's discuss about it. Details coming wet. Two years ago, the Philippines went into lockdown, closed the borders for foreign tourists for 2 years, and there was no any tourism activities in the country because of COVID-19. Fast forward 2 years after, the Philippine government has finally opened the Philippines for foreign tourists that they can now enter the Philippines for pleasure and business, and also visiting relatives, friends, and families. And that has improved the tourism industry quite a bit from the losses that they've had during COVID-19 lockdown in the country. So now, this is June of 2022, the Philippine government has lessened or made the requirements more relaxed to all inbound travelers to the Philippines. And on this video, I am going to give you guys 5 reasons why is it much easier to go home to the Philippines this time. Let's get to it. Number 1, the very recent major change in the Philippines is lifting of the pre-departure test of COVID-19, either the RT-PCR test or Antigen test. Before, if you are entering the Philippines, this is required, this is mandatory, but this has been lifted especially to those who are fully vaccinated with at least 1 booster shot. So, majority of the population in anywhere in the world now is fully vaccinated and with at least booster shots. Other countries are now even giving second booster shots. So this is the only requirement to be exempted from the pre-departure test, which is the RT-PCR test or the antigen test. Number 2, no more travel insurance. Before, specific travelers coming into the Philippines are required to have travel insurance. For example, if you're a foreign national entering the Philippines as a foreign tourist, or if you are a former Filipino or balikbayan. But that's not the case anymore this time, because this mandate or this requirement, travel requirements to the Philippines, has now been lifted and became optional. So it's really up to the traveler if he or she still wish to purchase travel insurance entering the Philippines. Number 3 reason, the Philippines is now at low risk status when it comes to COVID-19 cases. So during the rise of COVID-19 in different parts of the world, the US, for example, has their own system also if a particular country is on high risk, low risk, and the Philippines was among those countries that were on level 3, level 4 high risk listed in the US and other countries. But this time, the Philippines is now on level 1, which is a low risk status when it comes to COVID-19 cases. And that is really good because that helps other travelers to know that it's not dangerous anymore to enter the Philippines when it comes to COVID-19. Number 4 reason, they are looking at lifting the state of public health emergency. So this is the COVID-19. In fact, I have watched the news today that there are quite a bit of testing facilities shutting down already because it's not necessary anymore. If you guys have followed our community, I have posted an announcement in there that Cebu is now closing some of their testing facilities or even vaccination sites because it's not necessary anymore. And that's a good improvement and that's a good change, meaning we are heading to the right direction. Granted, COVID-19 is not going to go away anytime soon, but at least the Philippines is now looking into living with COVID-19 and move on with our lives, even COVID-19 is still around. And number 5, restrictions on activities under alert level 1 areas are now lifted. So if you guys are from the city or LGU under the alert level 1 areas, businesses are back at 100% capacity. I think what they require is your vaccination card when you are entering into a particular business. To be honest, there are some businesses over here that don't even check on that anymore. So, like I said, the Philippines is almost back to normal, minus some of the travel restrictions. But this is really good news that the IATF has approved that restrictions on activities under Alert Level 1 areas are now been lifted. So, kung dati hindi pwedeng mag-basketball, kung dati walang concert, ganyan, on Alert Level 1 cities, this time, pwede na po yun. So, pwede na mag-party, pwede nang may gathering. So, that's really good that we are slowly going back to what we used to before COVID-19. And that is a good improvement. Hindi biro yung 2 years. 2 years is not a joke. Everybody had suffered from all the restrictions the Philippine government had imposed, the lockdowns and all that. That was really hard. And I'm glad that we can put this all behind us. And hopefully, with the upcoming administration, the Marcos's administration, it's a lot better. And that they will have a fair and just travel restrictions to the Philippines, or we may not have travel restrictions anymore to the Philippines. I'm not saying that it is now. We're just hoping that they will abolish this permanently. So we will await for that announcement if ever they would, and I will keep you guys posted on it. And I also wanted to add on this video, though it's not part of the 5 reasons, but in a group that I am a member of, whose travelers, actually actual travelers to the Philippines, been posting their experience when they are coming into the Philippines. There are some who posted that they are unvaccinated and they are allowed entry into the Philippines. So this is something that we are waiting for, because this has really no official announcement. But it seems that the Philippines is accepting unvaccinated. And I got these testimonies, unvaccinated who were allowed entry into the Philippines. This one is from Miss Judy. She said, safely arrived in the Philippines last night. This was 6 hours ago. And now I'm here in my quarantine hotel. Smooth lang naman lahat from country of my exit to layover in Dubai and arrival dito sa Pinas, even I'm not vaccinated. Thank you to this group kasi a big help talaga siya sa akin at sa lahat ng friendly members na handa sumagot sa lahat ng tanong. So this is one testimony that an unvaccinated is allowed entry. She is a former Filipino, by the way. And as we all know, former Filipinos or balikbayans are under the foreign nationals category. We will read the second testimony from this actual traveler. So this one is from Ting Tai. This is quite a bit long read for everyone, but I wanted to share. Good day all. Just want to be thankful to this group. We arrived yesterday from Arizona to Cebu. I am dual citizen traveling with my American husband, and we're both unvaccinated. Yeah, it's true that in Cebu, individual unvaccinated, either Filipino, former Filipino kahit hindi married to a Filipino or tourist, ay pwede na pumasok doon. Dahil nagtanong ako about that, Governor Gwen Garcia has a new executive order declared last May 30 of 2022 that Cebu is accepting unvaccinated travelers as long as you will present a negative RT-PCR test, one health pass, need to be swabbed upon arrival at the airport at your own expense, mag-quarantine ng 6 days at 5 nights, then mag-continue sa pag-quarantine sa bahay within 14 days. Valid passport ticket as per BOQ Cebu. Only Cebu is accepting unvaccinated foreigners. By the way, when we arrived at South Korea, the staff there was not aware about the new protocol of Governor Gwen Garcia, so she held our boarding pass for 10 minutes dahil may tinawagan siya, I don't know who. Then after that, we're good to go. Just bring marriage certificate so that your husband can avail Balikbayan, and it's a supporting documents too. We're now in quarantine. Jet lag is real. So drink Dramamine. So it's good that we get this kind of testimony, especially in our group, Filipinos Stranded Abroad. This was the group that I was getting my information when me and my husband were going home to the Philippines 2 years ago. So it's good that there are some travelers, actual travelers, who are confirming that unvaccinated foreign tourists are allowed to enter in Cebu. But please call the airline, because it's really important that the airline is going to accept you in boarding the aircraft, because that is your major hurdle. If you are unvaccinated and they deny you from boarding, so you're not going anywhere. But these two testimonies are proof that unvaccinated really is allowed entry into the Philippines. And I'm really hoping the Philippine government will make this official. That way others are not left hanging on when the Philippines going to open for unvaccinated. Like the testimony has said, that Governor Gwen has signed a new executive order dated May the 30th of 2022 that unvaccinated foreign nationals are allowed entry into Cebu. So if you guys can get a direct flight to Cebu, then that's really good for you. That works out best, especially to those who have been waiting to enter the Philippines unvaccinated. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, because I know there are some who's been waiting on when the Philippines is going to open up for unvaccinated. And I hope those testimonies from actual travelers will give you guys so much hope that you can finally enter the Philippines even if you guys are unvaccinated. So this is our latest travel updates to the Philippines. Thank you so much for watching. And to those who just arrived in the Philippines, how was your travel? How was your process? How was your arrival process in the Philippines? Immigration process? Whatever process you guys went through, can you guys please share to our viewers? That way, those who are traveling to the Philippines anytime soon will give a heads up on how smooth it is now, or how much easier it is to go home to the Philippines this time. If you guys have any questions, concerns, or inquiries with regards to this video or in any of our travel related videos, please comment down below and I will try to get back to you guys as soon as I can. Or you can direct message me in our Facebook page, same handle, the Eaton Squad. Again guys, thank you so much for the continued support and trust to our channel, the Eaton Squad, and to our family. And again, I would like to take this opportunity to those who have subscribed to my husband's channel, Polar Bear in the Philippines. Thank you so much. And to those who are interested, please subscribe, and I thank you guys so much for that. I hope to see you on our next travel update. Stay safe, stay healthy, and God bless everyone. Bye.